Okay, when you are dealing with the cutting the masking tapes, what or decals or what, you know, I always have the two tools in one hand. Okay, there are several ways, but I think the most common way is just um, I think, yeah, when you are dealing with the cut first, you just cut it, right? But the squeezer has to be something like, I don't know about. Okay, cut and then squeeze it and cut and squeeze, put something up and then cut. No, it's not so difficult, but I think you might have some practice on it. Cut and then, so you don't have to put the tools each time on the table, on the desk. I mean, because you just still holding the tools on your hand, so you just take care of that. You know, always not take the tools out, right? By any means, something like I don't know. I didn't know. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe, yeah, this one is pretty fine, I think. I don't know, but still, yeah, something like that. And then cut and squeeze up, and for example, when I was painting, I just holding the brush, something like that. Yeah, always brush and different type of brush I have, right? And then it's just when I use the big one, and then I used to use the okay. This is not a real action, so it's pretty hard to demonstrate. But yeah, when actually when you put some so many masking tapes on to your model, it's pretty annoying, right? Cut and stick it and cut and stick it. So at least you have some tools on your hands all the time, and you just reduce the time. So always cut and then scissors and then cut and then scissors and then cut the scissors, always like that. Two tools in one hand is not so difficult if you are very familiar with that. Especially the masking process is not only one, right? So many times you have to do that. So you always keeping the knife and squeezers and knife and squeezers, and just you should keeping the tools in one hand all the time. So you just using the I don't put the tools away onto the tables. So but yeah, something like that. It's very silly action, right? Okay, this is just kidding. Well, I think especially the masking process, what I using is I use several type of masking tapes, and I can just present you the common one is this, right? I think it's a 10 millimeters. Yeah, this is from Tamiya, and this is a little much wider, you know, the middle size. And the biggest one is this. All the stops you can buy from there are I think the near your shop. It's pretty common. And on the other hand, I used to use the much smaller. If I compare with the original one, yeah, it's much smaller than, right? Yeah, and this one is pretty funny, interesting. This is for I think medical purpose. I mean, the tape itself is so flexible. Tape it has is so. I think this is also you can buy from Tamiya, because the Tamiya released these tapes, and then maybe you can find in your market very easy. It's pretty hard to see this way. Okay, this is pretty flexible, so you can fit onto the very rounded area, which is like fuselage or canopy or whatsoever. But the problem is, it's very flexible, but it's pretty easy to I mean, how do I say, you know, so flexible, but very easy to change the figures. So you have to put some other masking tape to fit the position of the taping correct. By the way, this is the I think it has several type. Yeah, this is wide and this is small. And this one, when I am dealing with the riveting or measuring, you know, it's just because the aircraft is so rounded, so I cannot use so, you know, hard and sharp and very straight you know, measure, right? It's it cannot bend it, right? It can't bend it, so I cannot measure on the rounded surface. So this tape is so, you know, flexible and very easy to fit to the rounded area. So this is very pretty recommended. I don't know whether you can buy it, but maybe you can try to find it. It's much better than, you know, using some kind of, you know, tools. Well, masking is always, you know, should have very nice and sharp squeezers. I have some different squeezers. This is for decal. Yeah, this is for a little bit bigger. Not, I don't use so much, but it's very, you know, very sharp and nice. Right. But anyway, the things that I really want to tell you tonight is, you know, you're just using the tools really nice, you know. you can handle it by your one hand. You know, always, you know, you shouldn't take the tools out of your hands. Always, you know, keeping. Or you can use your mouse to fix your tools. Contemporary. You know, it's some sort of, you know, professional idea, I think, but yeah, cut and, you know, this kind of action is actually not so serious, but if the amount of the ability of to doing this makes the time reducing, right? So the total time you spend when you are dealing with your modeling much shorter than before. I mean, you can improve, you can minimize your wasting time to doing your behavior when you are modeling is you know, some sort of very silly, you know, very funny actions actually makes your time very earning well. I don't I cannot say fast is good. I cannot say speedy is nice, better than slow. But we have some limited opportunity to make time to modeling in each life of your, you know, each life or each of your lifestyle, right? So the management of the time is always important. I think fast. I don't say fast is good, but try to make the annoying things. Try to make wasting things much smaller than before is pretty nice idea. Because if you have the same time, if you have the same time, you can do other things, right? Because you have so much, you can make extra time to reducing the very annoying, you know, time. So I think the you know, how do you reduce the time makes your new opportunity to discover to doing other things, because the time is limited, right? Not for forever, right? So some sort of, you know, things is, you know, each of them are so silly and, you know, it seems to be nothing, but actually it is very obvious. I mean, the amount of the improvement it makes your modeling skill itself is more get higher than before. It's just because you have a time. You know, even if you don't have a time, you cannot try the new things, right? But we have the same limited time, we can make it, right? Time is all the same. Time is equal, right? So, you know, I don't have a 26 hour in a day. I just have 24 hours in a day, right? Everybody has a 24 hours in a day. So the reducing something makes the creating the new things. Okay.